Moving on here, the Super Bowl, of course, more about ads than the game, and one featuring Florida Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow and his mother already causing quite a stir. The ad, sponsored by a Christian advocacy group, focuses on the family. The group remains tight-lipped, about the ad's content, saying only that it features Tebow and his mother Pam, who decided to forego an abortion against the advice of her doctors at the time. Women's groups have called CBS, demanding that the ad be scrapped during the big game. Advocacy ads always controversial. This one in the middle of the Super Bowl will be extra controversial. Certainly a great way to get the message talked about. You end up on getting discussions on shows like this and elsewhere, Jane. Is it appropriate that an ad, a position ad, a policy ad on something like abortion is aired on during the Super Bowl?
Well, CBS needs to get its story straight, because they turned down an ad from the United Church of Christ a couple of years ago that just said, Christ would welcome gay people into the church. They said that was, not in good taste and too controversial. So now they're going to accept this one instead. And when people rightfully raised an uproar over it, they decided to change their policy. Right. So I think it's that hypocrisy that is that inconsistency that's really grating on people.
But isn't that? Yeah, go ahead, Jonathan.
I was going to say, the one thing that's interesting about this is that here's this anti-abortion group that's actually about to put out an ad that's advocating choice. These are folks who don't like a woman's right to choose, and yet they're putting up a story of a woman who was given the choice of having an abortion or keeping her child, and she chose to keep her child.
Yeah, Jane, what occurs to me, if we go back to the Supreme Court decision in corporations as people, isn't this the sort of thing that's an argument in favor of letting corporations be people? In other words, if the news organizations and the way they select advertising or the way they select commentators, whether it's hiring me or anybody else, inherently exert a political bias on a corporate level because we all work for corporations, how is a corporate giving any different than CBS or any other network playing politics with the messages they want to put on their television stations?
Well, CBS media outlets do play politics, and I think that we're seeing that happening right here. Clearly, they wanted to do one thing with one and another thing with another message, and match their policy up to meet those goals.
Yeah. All right. Listen, today newspapers across